Wherefore, Part 50. End of Series 1. The edge of the ice has always been a place of death. The slightest mistake can kill. The place where the dreamer lies deep in the hill is always at the edge of the ice. The ice sheets may have retreated from the land thousands of years ago, but there are more edges to the ice than the obvious ones. All that is inside the ice dreams with it in frozen solemnity. Being at the edge of the ice, the dreamer under the hill tastes both the ice dreams and the dreams of the warmer world around him. Nearby, Orion Jenkins dreams himself into hill form. He is so much better as a hill than as a man. The things that make his human self querulous, pedantic and annoying transmute into slow coherence in hill form. He is gentler as mud and rock with a town perched on him than ever he could be in one of his ill-fitting suits. If only he would dream of being a hill within the ice, he would be perfect. And yet, he has not fallen in love with the ice, but there is time. All the time in the world. Given long enough, he may become hill and dreamer both. Under his hill, the ancient dreamer wonders if he was once like Orion Jenkins. Did he dream his hill into being? He cannot remember. Perhaps it does not matter. Somewhere in the ice is an example of every creature who ever lived and died here. They are held, never to be forgotten, dreaming their lives and essence. For something so intrinsically deadly, the ice is surprisingly full of life. Deep in its secret places there are still woolly rhinos. The saber-toothed cats still hunt, and nothing is lost. As the world warms and trembles precariously close to mass extinction, the dreamer under the hill wonders what will hold the future memories of the lost. There may be no future memories. It worries him. There is so little he can do about it. He does not worry for himself. He can always retreat fully into the ice and be held there forever, in love with all the other lost and innocent things. Or the rock would hold him more tightly than it does now, if he wanted that. The rock is absolute. There are few margins to it, but it is full of memories. So many lives lived, held for all time in the body of the hill. Fragile things made solid and permanent. It is hard to take these fleeting human lives seriously. They are so small and do not add to the great permanence of the ice and hills. Yet these blink-of-an-eye existences may yet destroy all else. It is strange to him and difficult to contemplate. He feels the lost dreams of dying giants as they lay their weight down on the hills and dissolve the effort of being. These are dreams of gratitude and release. They were never very good at being giants. They know this, and the dreamer knows it too, and wonders what strange enchantment brought them into being for this short time. Their bodies are not as heavy as they should be. They lie lightly on the hills, and do not disintegrate. The dreamer watches as two young women seek out the dead giants, and one by one turn them into something vital. He wonders at the power moving through them and at the will to create and make good. They are touched by many forces. And while he seldom notes individual people, these two are laced through with dreams and wonder such that they shine in his vision and demand attention. They are like the people from before who lived on the margins of the ice. They are vibrant and in love with life, and there is a reckless, fearless appetite for experience in them that humans now so often lack. They make him feel young again, he who has known millennia. The old giants are pitiful in their dying, sad and sorry things who never knew how to be themselves. The new giants are glorious, substantial and furtive, the wild things the giants should always have been. He has never seen their like before, and yet feels as though he has known them, as though they have really always been here, at the edge of the ice. It is winter now, although no snow falls on the hills and the only ice is growing by magic. The frosts are a small taste of other times, enough to inspire nostalgia and feelings of loss. It is a mild winter, but even so it kills the unprepared with calm precision. There are trees who will never leaf again. There are soft mammal bodies hardened into stillness. These deaths are part of life for the dreamer under the hill. Most of the time he feels them only in a general way. There is one death that is different. There is something of the ritual about it. During the dying, his name is called. The forgotten name that speaks to bone and memory. This death summons him. The year ends. The weaver goes to the barrow and ignores the bitter blasts of winds that bring the swans from Siberia. It is a dark night. The lights of the towns are as bright as ever, but the darkness has more substance than usual. Lying on the side of the barrow, cheek and palm to the soil, the weaver closes her eyes and is very still. She takes a few slow breaths and feels the barrow holding her. Then she lets go. She unmakes, unweaves. The flesh falls smoothly from her bones. The darkness of the barrow swallows up everything easily, willingly. The weaver unweaves herself, falling into the hill, into silence and stillness. As she falls, all that remains to her is the first name of the dreamer under the hill. There is no time to question how she knows this name. She calls with whatever last small fragments of self remain. She calls to the man who was weaving reality before the notion of weaving even existed. Deep in the darkness of the hill, the dreamer is not really ready to be other than alone. Even so, he opens his arms to the tumbling remains of the falling weaver. He opens his being to the sensation of a new barrow death, after so long without fresh bones there. The weaver falls into him, whole and broken, present and absent, as paradoxical as one can only be under the hill. He catches her awkwardly, holds her with tenderness, and, in surprise, slides towards memory and ice and winter dreaming. And so it is that the weaver dies.